Man, I always know that I can count on you to give me a song that sounds like I'm just like floating on clouds.
Dude, like I love that song so much, like just for that reason. I like love the mix on that track. I feel like the production is done like really well. But like the mix keeps it like really like understated, and so like there's all these like orchestral like all these like orchestral just like instruments that sound like really big, but they're mixed in a way that keeps them like chill, if that makes any
hmm
sense.
No, it totally
Um,
does. They sound very
yeah,
subdued and backlit. Like there's not a lot of high end to it. It just sounds really lush without sounding harsh at all. Yeah, I love it.
yeah, dude. Like, thank you. Yeah.
I think
I
it's
feel
really cool too with the song structure, how like you get the it starts out and it's kind of that lush full orchestra, and then the acoustic guitar comes in for the chorus, and that's how it elevates. But then I like how in the
yeah,
second verse it strips back down to just the acoustic, which wasn't a verse element in the first verse. And I think it keeps it
right.
fresh and keeps it sounding similar at the same time. I don't know, there's just something really smart about orchestrating it that way, and I
Yeah,
really dig it.
totally. I feel like the way that that song flows too. It's like even with like the bridge, it like has like a lot of like a lot of cool elements like come in and out and get like reintroduced, and it's got like a pop structure, but like it has some like other stuff going on too, which I think keeps it like weird enough and like fresh.
Oh,
So
totally.
yeah, yeah,
I'm trying to find out any sort of info about this artist. Let's see.
yeah. I like don't know a whole lot about them. Uh,
Based out of
yeah, it was just
Chicago,
like
it looks like.
oh. Oh, interesting. For me, the song is so tied to like where I first heard it, just because like I was like on a road trip at the time,
I can
and I
see
feel
this being
like,
good road trip music.
dude, it's a great road trip song. I played it like the whole way back, just like on repeat, just because it was just I was just like vibing to it. So yeah,
Have you listened to the rest of the album or any more of his music at all?
I've listened to a bit off of Drugstore Heaven, but besides that, I think I've just been mostly jamming that one track.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Um,
that's the album
yeah,
that this is on for anybody who's not actively looking at stuff like we are.
yeah,
Yeah, I am really interested. I'm gonna have to check this album out later because it seems like it's gonna be a whole vibe.
yeah. Which like I'm like totally about.
So for my next song, I'm gonna have to take it back to the very first episode that you and I did together to give some backstory. Do
Oh man,
you remember the band Famous Exchange and the song Emotion?
I feel like I remember the song name.
So
I don't.
it was one of my favorites from the first episode that you and I did together. And we were both
Yeah.
baffled that something that was this high a quality and they only had one song released that we could find anywhere. And we were like,
Oh,
they have to release more music, but we never saw
yeah.
anything. So this is kind of that. It's a new band. But their bio says the band is called The Fex, and it says the Fex rises from the ashes of Famous Exchange. The
Oh,
members of the band have reunited years after the release of the hit single Emotion, and they're ready to bring the remaining Famous Exchange songs from the vault back into the light. And they
oh, that's
have
perfect.
one song released. So another banger, but it's still the only song that this artist has. But this song is called Killer, and it
Oh,
is just as good as the first song that we heard from them. And so that's going to be our next tune, Killer by The Fex.